said they got some people up in the room right now. They're getting it ready. It's going to be ready soon.
I appreciate this, but this is so expensive.
Yes, and we're going to take care of the building.
I can't let you do that.
Well, you're going to have to. So let's not think about it anymore. The most important thing is, are you going to be okay?
Thank you, Cassie.
You just hang in there, okay? Now listen, I gotta run, or I'm gonna be late picking up River from Mrs. Benson's. I don't like leaving him more than a couple of hours, right? But I'll come by later and I'll see how you're doing.
Okay. Cassie, I just thank you.
You already said that.
Bye-bye. You okay?
Yes, thank you. Cord, I really appreciate what you've done for the room.
Well, somehow I don't think that just getting you a place to spend your nights is going to fix everything, is it?
No, I guess not, Ed. Last night I was ready to risk my life because of Max.
Yeah.
No, I thought...
But you nearly lost it too, Blair.
Yeah, and I thought that if I told him that I was willing to kill myself, well, I gambled that he wouldn't let me die. I was that desperate to hold on to him. But no, you know, he didn't come. He didn't come to save my life. And you know the crazy part about all of this is even after that, Cord, I don't know if I can go on living without him.
I'm home. It's wonderful.
Oh, I can say that again. Yeah, you gave us a real scare with that food thing.
I'll say.
Well, thanks to Ben Price and Uncle Larry.
Yes. I am home, I'm good as new, and I'm back where I belong. All of you.
God.
We have a surprise for you. It's in the kitchen, so wait here while we go get it. Oh, phone. You're on this too.
I'm being pressed into service.
How nice for you.
Well, looks like you're getting a big family party. I should be going.
Oh, David, no, wait, please. Actually, I was hoping to have a chance to speak with you privately. I have a proposition for you.
I don't understand. What kind of help could I possibly give you with Todd Manning, Sheila?
I'm putting together a therapy group at the hospital for men with a history of rape. Todd will be attending as a part of the counseling required by the court.
Okay, you want my advice? Yeah, I think a group session for Todd, it's an excellent idea. Why not?
Well, I want something more hands-on than advice. I want you to be my co-leader.
Let it go! Stay away from her! I told you stay away! I'll kill you! You hear me? I'll kill you!
Stop it! Stop it! You're going to try! Stop it!
A proposition? I'm not sure what you mean.
David, I know you're looking for a job, and there are several sales positions open at the Banner right now that might interest you. Now, I think that you probably qualify for this, so I spoke with Clint.
No. I mean, thank you, but it's not necessary. I already got a job. As a matter of fact, I'm starting tomorrow.
Wow, that was fast. Where are you working?
At the hospital. I didn't really want to get back into insurance sales, so I applied for a job in the business office down at Landview Hospital. It's small time, but, you know, it's a start.
Well, I tell you what, why don't you let me check into this thing in
Vicky,
Banner?
really, I'm happy with the hospital job. I heard Grace Atherton got fired after that whole mess with the epidemic, so who knows? Maybe there'll be a promotion down the line.
I'm not used to being turned down.
Hey, I don't mean to hurt your feelings or anything, but I'm not really into charity, especially from a family member. When I get back on my feet, I'm going to start paying you rent for the use of the carriage house.
Oh, David, that is absolutely not necessary.
It is to me. I didn't stay here in Landview to leech off of my sister.
Wow, Oh, is that what I think it is?
That is your favorite double chocolate fudge.
Oh.
Jessica and Sloan baked it together.
Well, Jessica asked me if I would help, and, well, let's be honest. You can't really call it help, my contribution. It was,
Hey, you did fine once you learned how to turn on the mixer. So, do you like it?
I love it. I can't wait to eat it. Thank you, honey. Thank you so much. Thank you, darling. Thank you, sweetheart. Oh. Thank you, darling. Thank you for turning on the mixer.
Well, enough talk. Let's manja.
Manja. By all means, we manja. Well, David, would you like... She's gone.
Sheila, that's out of the question.
Why? I know you did some training to work with rapists and rape victims when you were up in New Haven.
Sheila, I have some very personal feelings about this case.
You mean your friendship with Marty?
It's more than my friendship with Marty. Come on, Sheila, I was the one who brought her there. I took her to the hospital so that she could be examined after the rape. You were there. You counseled her. You know what my question is? My question is, why are you involved in this?
Well, it kind of got pushed on me.
I see.
But frankly, I think I can handle it. And so can you.
Sheila, I have all the respect in the world for you. You know that. But not this. Not me. No.
Look, if it's about Marty...
Of course it's about Marty. It's about me, too. What has it been? It has been, what, 14, 15 months since Marty was raped. Let me tell you something. She jumps out of her skin every time she hears a noise. A man looks her up and down. She wants to run the other direction, Sheila.
Maybe she's a lot better than you think.
Yes, she is better. She is better than she was when she went to the hospital, but she's damaged.
And she's gonna get a lot better. And better. And better. She's had a lot of therapy. And she's gonna have more. Okay? Now, what about the perpetrator?
Please, Sheila.
No, this
Please.
is... Andrew, this is not just about Todd. There are other men in this group. Don't you think these guys could use some help, too?
I don't think I'm making myself clear here, okay? I can't be objective when it comes to Todd Manning. If I can't be objective as a therapist, I can't do Todd any good or anybody else.
First of all, I think you're professional enough to put your emotions aside if you have to. And secondly, I think there's a controlled way for you to use your emotions in this therapeutic process. That's what I intend to do.
Well, if you can do that, more power to you. That's
Andrew,
great.
come on, hear me out. Okay? At first, I didn't think that I could treat Todd either. And you're a lot closer to Marty than I am. I know that. But I am her friend. And I am hardly neutral when it comes to Todd Manning.
Really? Well, then maybe you should have refused too, Sheila.
I did. I mean, this thing was pushed on me. You know? But nevertheless, I feel that what I know about Todd is my edge. I think that what's really best and what'd be the best thing for Todd is for him to be treated by people who know from first-hand experience exactly what he's capable of. Do you know what I'm saying? I mean, that means someone like me and you, Andrew. I mean, together we might be able to really make a difference with him and with the others.
Sheila, I know my job. I know my job is to help people, but not this time, okay? If Todd is going to get therapy, it is not going to be from me.
Okay, buddy, that's enough. I didn't do anything, man. Totally not. You had your hands on Rebecca. Told you never go near her. I told you to cool it. Get out, man. Get out, me? What? I didn't do anything. You're troubling and want you gone. Well, now. Tell me the guy's a total nutcase.
Todd, just be quiet.
What? He jumps on me. He's trying to kill me. You saw what happened, Rebecca.
I don't care. Just please. I don't. Just go.
What were you doing with Todd?
I was sitting here and I was waiting for you, and then he walked in.
Why? To see you?
He said he wanted to get some coffee, and then we started talking.
Why was he touching you?
I don't know. It just happened.
Oh, balls!
How?
Nothing just happens with Todd Manning. Why was he touching you? Were you telling him how good he is? How you know the true Todd?
Hal, stop it. Stop yelling at me.
I'm not yelling at you.
You are. The scary thing is you don't even know you're doing it.
I'm sorry. I completely lost it.
I know you don't want me to see Todd. I know that, and I haven't. I mean, I didn't know this was going to happen.
Wait.
I didn't mean to upset you. I would never break my promise.
I'm sorry. I didn't blow up at you because of what happened with Todd. At least that's not the only reason.
Why were you so angry?
It's something else. I don't know if it's something I want to talk about. Not with you. It has to do with the rape.
This is absolutely fabulous.
You got this recipe from my dentist's mother.
No, you can make us toast.
I know, but sir, this is heavy-duty cake, Jessica. And Sloan.
Thank you.
Well, it's all in the
Bravo,
mixing,
yes.
isn't it? It's all in the mixing. This is really very, very, very nice. All of us sitting here together, stuffing our faces. I can't tell you how good it makes me feel.
Mom.
Yes.
Three of us been doing a little bit of talking. And I just think that we would like to say that if you need anything, any help organizing the wedding or anything,
Then just ask, and we'll do it.
Yeah, because, I mean, I'm home after music camp, so just ask away.
Really? Oh, my goodness, thank you. Thank you very much. I will ask, I promise you. Oh, well, I think this is the best homecoming present anyone could have given me.
Well, you know, it's like Kevin said. We got to talking, and we realized that we haven't been giving you and Sloan a real easy time of this.
Oh, I don't know. Compared to the Korean War.
I think it's just that you got so sick there and made us really realize how much you mean to us.
Yeah, I mean, if that's what you want, you know, getting married.
Then you ought to have it, and we ought to help.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I'm sorry I feed you. I'm sorry. Oh, thank you. This must be Mother's Day or something. If it isn't, we should change the date. Oh, I love you all so much. You have to admit, this is quite a family.
Oh, I've known that from day one.
Speaking of family, where's Tina?
And I called you earlier about the chocolate cake. That's my sister's favorite, and it's a surprise welcome home party for her.
Okay. I'll see if your order's ready.
All right, thanks.
Listen to me. You're going to be hurting over Max for a long time, Blair. There's just no way around that. But the good news is you know it's over, right? So you can start to build your life again.
Yeah, I guess. Why are you doing this?
Doing what?
Why are you being so nice to me after I was so horrible to you?
Look, Blair, after last
No, Cord, I understand about last night. You couldn't let me die, but I'm talking about right now. Why are you still here? Now?
Well, I want to make sure you get to your room, okay? Okay, if you need some privacy, you want to be alone.
I didn't mean it that way. Really, I'm sorry. And I didn't mean to put you on the spot. I appreciate you being here. I'd rather not be alone right now, if you don't mind.
No problem. I'm sticking around.
After all the things that I've said, not to mention the things that I've done,
Mrs. Roberts, here you are. The chocolate cake is on top.
Beautiful. Thank you very much.
I wouldn't be here if I didn't want to be, Blair. You know that.
This is not a death sentence, but in the case of spreading cancer, time is of the essence.
A fight for her life.
I don't want to lose her, Kevin.
Neither do I.
A test of her will.
I'm not going to die.
General Hospital, here on ABC Daytime.
I don't want to see Erica hurt again.
The story's been written,
Our book's getting published, Kendall.
I can verify every tortured moment of Erica, dearest.
but the truth will be told.
So how do we confront this little witch? You watch.
All My Children on ABC.
You tired?
Oh, sure, yeah. I'm sitting here trying to remember the last time I was this happy, and I can't. Oh, my, there were a lot of times over the last year and a half that I began to wonder if my children would ever accept us.
Yeah. Well, we've gotten very close the last few days when you were so sick.
I see that. And I mean it, this is the best homecoming present anyone could have given me.
Well, your children know that. They are remarkable young people.
Yes, they are, aren't they? Thank you.
For what?
For appreciating them.
I always have. It just hasn't always been mutual.
Well, now they will start to appreciate me. Isn't life funny? The curves it throws you sometimes. I mean, if I hadn't gotten so sick.
Now, wait a minute. You're not going to tell me that there was anything good came out of this nightmare you went.
One good thing did come out of it. It affected a change of heart in my children, and I am very grateful for that.
Well, speaking of which, I think I've had a change of heart, too. About David Vickers. I've been thinking a lot about him lately.
So have I.
I'm still not sure I believe he's your brother, but I was so impressed with how he handled the emergency. He scooped you up, dashed you off to the hospital without hesitation, for which I shall be eternally grateful.
Oh, yes, me too. David may have saved my life, you know. But aside from that, I think that that young man has shown a great deal of integrity so far.
Okay, Vicky. You're the smart sister, right? Not quite smart enough. You don't have a clue, do you? You've got no idea what I'm up to. That won't be much longer now.
Hi, you. Hi, sweetheart. Come on. Come to Daddy. Boy, I missed you guys. There you go, there you go. So did you see Blair? How is she?
Yeah, I was at the hospital with her when they released her.
Released her? Is that a good idea if she's so depressed?
Well, supposedly there's no chance of suicide now. Boy, that was some dangerous game that she was playing, Andrew.
I know all about it, honey. Max stopped by. Told me how she set the whole thing up. Hopes that he'd rush in and rescue her.
Yeah, she wanted him to believe that she'd rather be dead than live without him.
She is so lucky the cord came when he did.
Who knows when it would have been too late, you know? 1 minute or 10 minutes or...
Honey.
Andrew, she was playing with her life.
Honey, she's okay now, right?
Yeah,
right?
yeah, she's
Everything's
fine.
okay now, okay?
Cord and I got her into a room at the Waterside Inn for now, and, you know, I didn't talk to her about what she's going to do with the rest of her life because, frankly, she's really depressed.
Okay. Now, if she's, you know, that unhappy, maybe she shouldn't be alone right now.
No, of course not. And I'm going to go back later, and I'm going to check on her, and, but she's not alone now. Cord's with her.
Hey.
I can't believe you. I just can't believe you.
What?
Hey, Tina. I'm not even talking to you, Blair.
This is too much. Too much for you. Oh, what are you doing?
You just calm down a little bit, please?
You know, maybe it's none of my business that you want to pal around with a local rapist and use the kids to get out of jail. But this is Blair Daimler. Blair Daimler.
I know the woman's name, Tina, please.
Then what in God's name are you doing sitting here holding
stop
hands
now? This is enough,
with
all
this
right?
witch?
Just stop it,
I
Tina.
thought you had more sense than that.
You don't understand what is going on here, all right? So stop it.
Oh, I understand what she did to Max and Luna. First, she does everything she can to break up their marriage, and then she puts Luna in the hospital and in a wheelchair.
Tina, Blair, what is the matter with you? Have you completely lost your mind?
No, Cord. I haven't lost my mind, nor have I lost my eyesight.
You are really a limit. You know that? Just sit down. You know, you come barging into this conversation without even know what's going on here.
I know what I saw. What more do I need?
Maybe a little information. Maybe a few facts before you start flapping your mouth. Tina, I'm telling you, Blair has gone to hell and back.
Poor baby.
She's very fragile right now. You saw how upset she was.
Oh, I saw that scene she just staged. Didn't you miss her cue, Cord? Wasn't a big macho man supposed to race after her and dry those crocodile tears?
Oh, and you're so convinced, right? You're so sure that she was faking. What if she wasn't, huh? What if she was really upset, Tina? And what if you just made it worse?
Give me a break. I've seen that act before, and she's taken you for a fool. What's the occasion, Cord? Sex or money?
She tried to kill herself last night.
She what?
Last night. She tried to kill herself.
I don't believe it.
I do. Because I'm the one who had to go to her room over her boarding house, kick the door in, and find her unconscious on the floor in a room full of gas from the stove. She had taped up all the windows. She had rags shoved under all the doors. I took her to the hospital where she spent the night, and incidentally, we have just come from there.
Blair would never do something.
Why? Why? You don't know what somebody can do when they're so upset, when they're so alone, when they've lost everything, including their own home, which is what I'm doing here right now. Cassie and I, we came over here. We set up a room here at the waterside for Blair, if that's any of your business.
No way.
Excuse me?
There is absolutely, positively no way Blair Daimler would try to kill herself.
Have you not heard one word I've just said to you?
I don't care. This is some kind of a setup, and you fell for it.
You know, Tina, I know that there's some bad blood between you and Blair. I understand that. I know you guys got a history. But I'm talking about life and death here, okay?
Maybe.
Maybe. Good Lord, Tina. What has happened to you?
What do you mean?
I mean, I know that we've had some misunderstandings in the past, but I never felt that you were cold.
I'm not.
You are, Tina. You are. You're as cold as ice, and twice as hard. How the hell did Kane Rogan manage to turn you into some mean-spirited, selfish little witch? How did he do that, Tina? Forget it. Tell you what, I'm gonna go look after evil little Blair, okay? If that's okay with you.
So how was your morning?
Hi. Let me help you with that. My morning was good, you know. Max came by, I told you that.
Yeah?
And, Sheila paid me a little bit of a visit.
What did she want?
It's kind of unbelievable. She wanted me to co-lead some group therapy sessions for rapists at the hospital.
Well, why is that so unbelievable? You'd be good. You trained for it at seminary. You worked at a crisis center.
Todd Manning's going to be included in the group.
Really?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I got the distinct impression from Sheila that the group was being formed especially for him. Probably the governor called the hospital, and the hospital couldn't say no.
What did you say?
What do you mean, what did I say? I said, no way.
But,
But what?
Well, no, nothing. It's, your decision.
You don't agree?
No, I didn't say that.
Well, what is it? Come on, just tell me. What?
Well, Todd's already out.
Out of prison, right?
So who's gonna help him?
Oh, please, not you
And
too,
by
Cassie.
saying that you don't want to help him, that's not going to keep him locked up. he's out. So if you want to help Marty, maybe the best way to help her is to make sure that Todd doesn't do anything like what he did to her again. And, well, Marty might feel safe, or at least safer, and plus Todd might need someone like you. Okay, you think I'm totally bonkers, don't you?
No, I just, this is a little bit unexpected from you, Cassie.
Yeah, I don't know where it's coming from. It's just, well, maybe it's from seeing Claire, you know. The whole way over to Mrs. Benson's to pick up River, I was thinking that what if I had done things a little differently, and what if I had been a little more understanding? Would Blair still have tried to kill herself?
Come on, you can't blame yourself for what happened to Blair.
No, I'm not. But, you know, what if I tried harder? Even a little harder? Andrew, I was so angry with her. I wanted to cut her out of my life, and my mother did the same thing.
You think I'm doing the same thing to Todd Manning?
Andrew, no. I don't mean anything like that. Just... Well, I'm a little surprised that you said you didn't want to get involved, because I think you could do him some good. But if you don't see it that way, it's okay. I totally understand.
Honey,
I really
no.
do.
Wait, just, it's like I explained to Sheila. I'm just too emotionally involved when it comes to this case. And if I can't keep a distance, I won't be any good to Todd or anyone else.
Okay.
Okay. No, don't okay me, Cassie. Really, I made a valid point, didn't I? Okay. I'm sorry, I'm snapping at you. Look at me. I'm sorry. Honey, it's just that it's this. What if I could help Todd? Sheila seems to think that our actual experience with him could be channeled and useful. You know, it was in the right way.
You don't believe that?
What if I could help Todd? And don't.
So Sheila came by the house and asked me if I would take part in this therapy group that she's putting together.
But I don't understand. Why does she want you to be part of this group? I mean, does she think that your being there will help Todd?
That's part of it.
Well, what's the other part?
She suggested, well, actually, she made it very clear that she thought I could use some help, too.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
She thinks that maybe there's some issues left over that I should be dealing with.
Oh, well, she's wrong.
Is she? After just what happened with Todd right now, I'm not so sure.
Oh, now listen to me. You just overreacted. I mean, you scared me a lot, but...
I know. I saw that look in your eyes.
Oh, but I understand why you did it. I mean, you walked in here, you saw Todd touching me, you thought he was bothering me, and you went after him.
But I lost control, Rebecca.
Listen to me. You're being far too hard on yourself. You are the kindest, sweetest man I know.
Yeah, well, there's some things in my past that aren't so kind and sweet.
I know that. And I realize that I haven't known you. I didn't know you when that night happened with Marty, but I know you now. And I know that you've changed. You've completely turned your life around.
I'm trying to believe that.
Well, it's true. And if it weren't, well, I couldn't have fallen in love with you the way I have.
You make it all sound so simple.
It is. You know, I'm really angry with Sheila. I mean, she had no right to make you doubt yourself like that.
I think she was just trying to help out.
No, you don't need that kind of help. You don't need any kind of group or therapy or anything that's going to remind you of the past. You put that all behind you now. What you need to know is that I love you. And I do. I always will.
Looks like I don't get to get my head shrunk today. Tell me, you think I'm gonna make it? Or is it gonna, like, explode?
It's taking a little time to put your therapy group together, Todd. But believe me, it'll happen. And soon.
Oh, I can hardly wait.
I hope you mean that. Because it could be the most important thing you'll ever do in your life.
Yeah, right. Best thing I can do with my life is sit around and babble with some stupid shrink. Because I'm crazy. Stupid babble. I can't believe Rebecca.
Are you okay?
You look like you're doing some serious thinking.
Huh. Isn't that what you expected?
You know me very well.
Oh, I've been going over all the reasons you gave me for helping Todd. You made some good points.
But you're still not sure.
No?
What's bothering you?
Okay. Honey, let's say that I could get past all my anger at Todd. Let's say, that I could channel it in the way that Sheila suggested.
I think you could on both counts.
Okay, even if I could help Todd, even if I could prevent him from hurting or raping another victim, I'm not sure that I could do this.
Why not?
How do I explain it to Marty? How do I get Marty to understand why I have decided to help Todd?
Yeah, no problem. Handle got slippery and I dropped it. Actually, it's part of a comedy routine I'm working on. It's called Klutzy Guy with a Mop. And I hope I didn't scare you.
No, of course not. I can be pretty clumsy, too.
Thanks. I haven't seen you around. What's your name?
Alice Henson. And yours?
I'm Todd Manning.
Well, it's nice to meet you, Todd Manning.
Nice to meet you. You don't live in Lambview, do you?
Yeah. As of a few days ago, I just moved. In fact, this is my first day on this job.
Oh, yeah, me too. I mean, I just started. Actually, this isn't really a permanent job for me. I'm just kind of, taking a little time off from college.
Oh, where do you go to school?
LU? Yeah, I used to play football there.
Really? Oh, that is so neat. Okay, don't tell me. Let me guess. You play, defense, right?
Yeah. Defensive back.
Well, LU. I'm impressed. I love football. Actually, I love all sports. Maybe we could take in a game together sometime.
Yeah, I'd like that.
I mean, since we're both the new kids on the block, we should stick together, right?
Right.
I should get back to work.
Yeah, me too. Hey, what are you doing for lunch?
No plans? I'm as free as a bird.
Would you like to get a bite with me?
Great. Sure, I'd like that. Very much.
Oh, my Larry, thank you for coming by. Can I get you something? Iced tea, huh? Cake?
Oh, no, thank you. No, I just want to stop by, see how you're doing.
I'm doing beautifully, thanks to you.
Ah, thanks to Ben Price. He's the one who deserves all the credit.
Well, that's very, very true, yes. But you were good, too.
Why, thank you.
I'm not going to embarrass you. I really just wanted to thank you again for everything you did, Larry. I mean it.
Vicky, just standing here, seeing you looking like your old self, it's all the thanks I need.
Okay,
Not
good.
that old.
Good, because I'm going to ask you to do me another favor,
Yeah,
please. Would you keep Sloan company just for a few moments? I have to put together this whole packet of stuff for Clinton. He's coming by to get it. Thank you.
Don't worry about it.
Bye.
Okay, now, you go ahead, Larry, and I'll be fine.
Okay.
Well, she sure seems happy.
Yeah, she is. So am I. It's just so great to see her this way, knowing she's not in any danger. Nothing like a scare to force you to...
Sloan, are you all right?
I'm just tired, I guess.
Are you having trouble breathing?
I think I should go home.
Oh, my God, you're burning up.
Yeah.
Let me get Vicky.
No, don't tell her. I don't want her to see me like this.
So, I think about 1,000,000 years ago, you asked me to come meet you here to have breakfast. So, are we going to forget all this nonsense, and are we going to have something to eat?
Sounds good to me.
Good. Well, first I'm going to put some music on the jukebox, something uplifting. You are the kindest, sweetest man I know.
Pal, what you doing?
Don't let them do this.
Do it. God.
I cannot believe I let Tina get to me. Of all people, Tina.
Blair, come on, that is totally understandable.
You know, after everything that I've been through, I guess I've got to get over all of this. Like you said, right? I've got to start and build my life again.
I also said that it's going to take some time.
Yeah. So you did. Thank you, Gord.
Look, it's easy to give advice.
No. I mean for everything, for last night, for today, and for the advice.
I'm glad to help, Blair.
You did. A lot. You really are one of the good guys, you know that? Really, you are.
Listen, I'm sure they're finished putting your room together now. Why don't you go upstairs, get a little rest?
Yeah, I will, in a minute, okay?
Yeah, well, the thing is, I kind of need to be going.
Go. I'm fine.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm fine. I'm positive. I just need some time here, down here alone for a while.
All right. Listen, you take care of yourself, okay?
I will.
Good.
I've just got one thing to do. I've got to go see Max. Oh, David.